Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for watching. In this video, we got something special for you. We're going to take this EAA Girsan Witness Match X Budget 2011 pistol and we're going to put it up against a mid-tier and high-end 2011. So we also have the SIG GTO 211 and the Staccato XC, which is what this guy is actually the clone of. We're going to see how it compares to those two. We're going to be using the Mantis to collect all the data from our shooting today, and we're going to see how this bad boy does. So let's get to it. Girsan Witness. Okay. Not too bad. All right, who's up next?
Okay, here we go.
Okay. All right, so far so good. Alright. Okay, SIG P.
I don't think you've loaded it though.
Huh?
I don't think you've loaded it though.
Chamber check.
Okay, thoughts on them?
So for me, I thought the trigger on the Staccato was the smoothest, crispest. For me, the trigger was the best. But I've got these giant paws. See those? And for me, the grip on the Staccato was just a little bit short for me, and I felt my hand really cramming up against the trigger guard there. So it was a little bit uncomfortable. I'm sure it's something fixable, but that was something that I noticed right away, was a difference here on this on the SIG. My hand just fits the gun really, really well, and it felt a little cramped on the Staccato.
See, I'm the opposite. I like the grip on that more. I mean, I guess I don't have huge meat cleavers like you do, but that I like that it was slimmer. It felt more comfortable for me. And then this grip, this is probably the cheapest grip you can get for a 2011, but this one was okay, but it felt similar to that in actual girth and everything, but I preferred the slimness of the Staccato.
I have the tiniest hands among us. Do with that information what you will, internet. This actually fits me pretty well, so I like it. Like the CZs, I can't shoot because I don't like where the safety is.
Yeah.
So this actually fits me well. Obviously, from every manufacturer in the world, you can change these grips. You can make them porcupine, you can make them cactus, you can do whatever you want. This is the stock. This is 100% stock.
Yeah.
I was impressed with how light the Girsan was.
Yeah, this guy was light, and then it didn't really feel like it affected it that much.
Yeah.
The recoil still felt relatively similar to these as well.
Yeah.
I know. Do you guys have a feeling which one felt like the recoil management was the best?
for me, I'm attributing it to grip.
Uh-huh.
I felt the most control on the SIG.
Yeah.
The dot didn't move quite as much. I just felt like I had more control over the gun of the three.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, the comps on all of them work.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the SIG. I think the SIG feels heavier. I don't know. We'll have to pull up the weights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
feels
wish
a
I
little
brought my
heavier.
wife's scale.
I'm inclined. I mean, I've had this a while. I don't want to replace it, but as an auxiliary, that's a good gun for the money. And I have a lot of 320 mags, as you know, they're available.
Yeah.
So I think muzzle control was pretty good on all of them.
Yeah.
Your optic cut, making it a smaller optic. I'm
Yeah.
spoiled and used to an SRO or a big comp sight.
Yeah.
This is a Defender XL, so it's a big window, big window on that.
Yeah, you both have.
I watched the dot just go straight up and down 6 o'clock to midnight, which is very comforting.
Yeah.
A little harder to say with the circle, but it's certainly very controllable.
Yeah, so it's got the RMSC footprint, so it's just smaller, which that's like the biggest downside to this one.
Yeah, the dot on the Girsan definitely moved the most, but and I think it's the light frame, right? Like it's just a lighter gun. But I was impressed with the we'll just say the diminishing return on dollars here, right? For the money,
how much?
I mean, my gosh,
this $1,100 to $1,200.
Yeah, and then you're looking somewhere between 22 and 24, depending on what you
I
get.
paid 42 something for this.
Yeah, so you're essentially doubling your investment with each of these steps.
Yeah.
And I don't know that any of them. I mean, I would not say that the SIG shoots twice as well as that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that the Staccato shoots twice as well as this. It definitely doesn't shoot 4 times as much.
And you go to an Atlas after this, and you get into diminishing returns. It's like cars.
Yeah.
I wanted to go 0.1 faster to 60, and you spend another 40 grand.
Well, yeah, and that's what it feels like. Each tier is like, this was good, that was a little bit better, that was a little bit better than that. So it just kind of moved up a little bit with each one. Is it worth each additional price point, to double it? I don't know. I will say with this, I don't know if you guys noticed it. Did you guys notice the ejection pattern on this?
I did not.
Very weak, and it looked like it was going forward a little bit, where these two seemed like they were ejecting better. So I don't know if long term, if that's going to break in, because this is the first time I've taken this out at all. But I don't know if that's going to get better, or if that's going to end up being something where I start to get malfunctions later on.
I think that slide lock that these did, but that could be the bags.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I've got mine set up for competition for sure.
I usually run 147s out of this because they just shoot really smooth and I hit really well with them. But this gun has run, I've got about 7,500 rounds through this gun. I can't recall a malfunction. It has been, dare I say, Glock reliable in a 2011, which says a lot.
And I've never had a malfunction on the SIG. I probably have, we'll call it 1,500 rounds through this gun. And I've shot a variety of ammo. Now, it came with 2 springs. I didn't change it. I left it as it was stock because I liked the way it shot, and I haven't even tried the other spring in it.
Yeah.
But today, I mean, it's worth mentioning, we shot exactly the same ammo. We were all shooting 115s out of these so that we've got an ammo that everybody's got easy access to. And again, I think they shot in a pretty similar way. I'll be really interested to pull up the Mantis data and see, because it feels like we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah.
I will say this: I'm happy with mine.
I wouldn't regret any of these. I bought this, and at this point, I don't see. If I buy another 2011, it'll be for fun. But I don't see. Oh, I want it to be better than this.
Sure.
I might want it to be more fun, like a platypus or the SIG, because I have SIG mags. But I have no regrets going with this. But yeah, you could do probably very much the same for less money.
Great.
Well, do you guys want to try doing some build drills with them and see how we feel about it? I mean,
a real dot instead of a circle.
Hey, calm down.
Let's try it.
Okay, let's give it a go.
All right. Ready. Stand by. 1.95. Shooter ready. Stand by. 1.89. A little faster. All right. Shooter ready. Stand by. That was the fastest one yet. But you're also warmed up. Yeah. Good. 172. Yeah.
Are you ready? Stand by. 156. All right, are you ready? Stand by. 148. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. 126.
Nice.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. 189.
Okay.
Are you ready? Stand by. 195.
Oh, that was worse.
Are you ready? Stand by. 190.
Was I faster on the cheap one?
Faster on the cheap one.
Thoughts?
I thought they were all good. I felt sluggish, but that's because I come from a background where I'm doing double taps at the most, and then I'm moving on to another target, and I'm like changing to different, weapons as I move. So I ended up being better with the Girsan, but I feel like if I practice more, I should be better with those other ones. So, and then you guys were smoking through pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I think I did notice the Series 80 trigger on the SIG. Like, you could tell that's the one time that I felt it. Now, it's interesting because I still did get faster than one with the Girsan. But I felt the difference, especially when we went to the Staccato.
Yeah,
it's definitely a quicker, a lighter trigger. Like everything about that trigger is better. Yeah. Now, did it make me that much faster? Yeah. No, but I could feel the difference.
You can get faster splits. For those not familiar with the build drill, it's typically from the holster. You can do it from concealment. 7 yards, 6 rounds in the A zone on a standard target. We're shooting a big ass steel over here. I think some of the differences were your optic again isn't on. We didn't really sight it exactly. So I think there was a little bit of hunting for the optic. And because we took the draw stroke out to go from compressed, it's really about cyclic rate of the gun.
Right.
The lighter slides and the lighter triggers and the shorter resets are going to get you a shorter split time. So we'll have that thanks to the wonderful Global Shooters timer to be able to say what were your splits. Were they 0.15, 0.16? All of the guns, you can watch the dot. The goal is to watch the dot just go up and down. And as soon as the dot's back, you press your next shot, your next shot, your next shot. So I got faster. I think actually you didn't.
I got slower.
Most of us got faster as we went.
The better the gun got, I got slower.
The third one always has the benefit of we're a little warmed up.
Yeah.
And this is my gun, the Staccato, so I shot it the best overall, but I'm also very used to it. Again, they're all very comparable. None of these is a mistake. I'm more and more impressed with the SIG the more we shoot it, and it feels it feels like
it's got a lot of weight to it.
It feels like a Desert Eagle in 9.
Yeah, it really does. It's got a lot of weight to it, so it feels stable. I am leaning towards that of the three being my favorite gun. Now it's my gun. I'm going to be biased. That's how that goes. Right? But I'm more comfortable shooting it. But I will say the one thing is I've seen guys that are taking that trigger and changing it to a 70.
Yeah.
And making some changes.
Yeah.
If I'm going to continue to use it in competition, solely in competition, I may make that change because getting it a little tighter trigger, I think, would make things a little bit smoother.
And it's important to note your use for the weapon. I shoot open with this gun, which it's a terrible open gun because open guns you can have a mounted optic on top that the slide doesn't reciprocate with the optic. You can have a 4-port comp. You can be shooting all kinds of crazy ammo. So really, this is a lousy open gun, but it's an amazing gun in general.
Yeah.
It's so much faster because the comps make them open.
Yeah.
Mag wells will make them open. I don't know. The reason they make a P version of the Staccato, and I have one, is for duty. And it's a 4-pound trigger instead of a 2 to 2.25 pound trigger.
Yeah.
The reset's a little longer, but I would feel better carrying that. But in competition, all day long, I'm going the quickie gun.
Yeah, and that was the one noticeable difference. Again, recoil didn't seem all that different. I think the Girsan did jump a little bit more for me, but it wasn't enough. I couldn't get right back on him and be going on target. Now, again, the optic's a little bit off. In my hand, the shape of the Girsan grip, I don't know if it felt a little bit more like a 1911 shaped grip.
Yeah.
And so in 1911s in my giant hands always tend to
you're
go this way.
Yeah.
And so when I came up into my natural grip on the Girsan, I was left of the target. and I didn't search for the dot too much. I just started going, and my first 2 shots I think went just left of the target. Now
Yeah.
the dot's a little left, like there was a little bit contributing to that, but
Yeah.
that gun shifting in my hand a little bit, just the size of my hands, I felt that might have made a difference for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I liked all of them. It's weird that I did better with the Girsan.
We all like our own guns.
Yeah.
How about that?
I did better, but I like your guns better. So I.
Okay, all right.
But
Well, you'd said today's the first day you've done a build drill.
yeah, I've never really done
thing.
build drills at all. So it was kind of, and I think the first one I did better because I didn't think about it as much. I was just like, okay, just go. And then the next 2, I was like, okay, I should do better with these. And I think I overthought it a little bit.
I'll say this for people that question the build drill, and I've seen very talented instructors say, it's a gamer thing and it's a competition thing. Watch real videos of real shootouts, and inside of 7 yards, 6 rounds to the chest wins gunfights.
Yeah.
And if you watch cops do a mag dump and not hit anything, you're like, that guy's not good at a build drill. And so it's a really good skill set, I think. It's not the end all, but it's a really good idea. This, as I was trained years ago, put a pair and see how it's going. No, shoot until the target is down. 6 rounds, center mass. If they're not down, you need to shoot them in the head right now. It needs to go right up top.
And I think that kind of goes with, like, as the shooting world evolves, like before everyone was like, oh, competition, that doesn't relate to real life. But then competition is bleeding into real life, where everyone's like, oh yeah, I do need to be fast. I do want to be moving around. I do want to do all this stuff. And so I think the real world is catching up with competition.
Lighter triggers were a competition stroke in the 60s.
Red dots were.
Well, I was going to go double stack magazines. Oh, if you can't win a gunfight in 7 rounds, you're not a man.
Which is retarded.
Exactly. All of these things are advantages. If you want a knife fight with a spoon, go ahead.
Yeah, go
but
for it.
red dots, and I was shooting red dots in the 90s. I had the original big ones and the aim points. I'm the oldest guy here. And they're like, that's a competition.
By a lot, right? Like by a lot.
Oh, yeah. And then every cop now is like, I want a dot on my gun. It makes you faster. And the biggest advantage of dots is you're looking at the target, not at your optic. Because the target's trying to kill you. So defensively,
that target focus is something I learned shooting competition.
Both eyes open.
The other thing about competition for me that's been a big influence on my shooting is the pressure that you end up under, right? Prior to competition, I had never, other than hunting, where you get a little buck fever, right? I had never shot under pressure, right? And, the military and the police train that way, but in competition, it's where the average Joe can feel a little bit of adrenaline going along with this shooting. And your first few competitions, you have a malfunction of something, and you're having to clear a malfunction and move and get to where you're supposed to be and keep your finger off the trigger, and keep your muzzle, all those things happening to you under a little bit of pressure.
And you're being timed, which time is huge in the real world.
Watching you, and the RO's right there. Like, that influence has made me a better shooter, because when I'm out doing stuff like this, I'm totally calm. And it's changed how I train. It's changed how I shoot, and I'm really grateful for that experience.
Well, and that's that stress inoculation of, indoors doing this. Your stance doesn't matter, and then suddenly, oh my gosh! And it is funny. I shoot a very capable, fast shooter. You're a great shooter. We compete at Rio Salado, and you've gotten better, but you were good when you got there.
Thank you.
Competition does a lot to sharpen that, and literally. I'm in front of my friends, or it's not a gunfight. Nobody's saying it's a gunfight.
No, not at all.
But if you want to learn to shoot in gunfights, you'll be dead by your 3rd gunfight. So don't make that your training method. Do force on force. There's other ways to do that. But all of these drills, if you can get the gun out of the holster in a hurry and hit the target in a hurry, how is that not gunfighting? And then it's, when are you going to fire 36 rounds in a string? Unless the world is ending, never. But if you can do that, you can fire 3 rounds into a guy in your living room.
Well, I mean, how many rounds did that cop shoot off when that acorn hit his squad car? He went through a full magazine.
And training, and he never hit an acorn.
He didn't hit a single acorn in that entire engagement.
Squirrels are all fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's good.
Yeah. But go back and watch real gunfights, and the build drill is applicable. To me, that 6 rounds, and I trained with a guy, Kirby Reed, years ago, great instructor, and he had said, I fire somewhere between 3 and 5 into the body, and if the head's still there, I'm going to the head, because something's wrong. There's body armor, there's a vest, there's meth, there's something going on. And so, but that idea of just keep shooting until you're following the target down is a good reflex to have in shooting.
Well, and even with that, even if you don't need the full 6 rounds or whatever it is, practicing that fast and being able to come back onto target every time, even if it's done by 2, you're still on target in case something happens.
Yeah.
So just having that ability to be like, I'm shooting fast, I'm staying on target the whole time, instead of just like boom, boom, and now I'm done. I mean, that's going to be incredibly useful.
Yeah, if he falls in one, good for you.
Yeah, awesome.
Don't put the next 5 in the dirt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that 6 is kind of an insurance policy. And the more gunfights I watch with body-worn cameras, the more you see under stress, you're going to miss.
Yep.
He's going to be coming, you're going to hit here, 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 and here.
Yeah.
And he's got time. If he's got a knife in his hand, an impact weapon,
Yeah.
at 7 yards, he may get to you before he falls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so that hail of fire is your cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
I'm a big fan of the drill.
capability of moving while firing. All those
Yep.
things are things you get to practice. And look, I hope I never have to use that skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope I never have to put that into real world practice. But I never want to have the regret of I wish I'd trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was ready. I never want
Yeah, at
that
the end of the
regret.
day, the gear is fun. Do the training. And I said earlier, Nils Jonasson, who shoots with us, is the IDPA national champ. 2 years in a row, does it with a stock Canic.
Yeah.
And I think this year he did it with the compact Canic and would smoke all of us no matter what gun I put on my hip.
Yeah.
And so the training is more important. But from the gear standpoint, compensators make a difference. Dots
Yeah.
make a difference. Good triggers make a difference. Good ammo makes a difference. Fit and finish and the slide fit make a difference. And don't buy one if it's not reliable. All of these in our limited test today were reliable. This has
Yeah.
been bulletproof reliable, which is impressive.
Well,
because
it's proven over time.
the history of
Yeah.
STI was when they don't feed right, the magazine's got to get worked on. And when it became Staccato, they were like, we got to make this stuff work because cops are going to buy them. Competitive shooters aren't going to buy something that
Yeah.
doesn't work.
You know, and that's something like I never got into 1911s because basically you'd buy like an STI. It'd be like, this is a $3,000 gun. Now you got to send it to an STI gunsmith to
$1,500
tune
more.
it and spend another $1,000 to make it right. And I was like, I'm not going to spend that much money to tune it when I can buy like a $500 Glock and it's ready to go. But now with the development and everyone's getting, especially the 2011s, now they're actually upping their game and like, we need this right out of the box. And so they've tuned everything and they've got it all together. And that's why I've actually, now I'm like, you know what? I am interested in the 1911, 2011 style pistols because now I don't need to be like, okay, it's here. Now I got to send it off. So it's much needed improvement on the manufacturing side.
We live in the golden age.
Oh yeah.
There's never been a better day in America to buy a gun than today. The options, I mean, the SIG and the 2K11, there's so many good 2011s. There's so many going to be. Glock really set the standard for reliability. There's so many now, a dozen good polymer guns.
Yeah.
And so go get one, train with it, do some of these drills, find one that fits your hand. I think we talked about that a lot. If you like if you have a gun that you love, it's probably not going to fit my hand.
Right.
And so no matter how much you spent on it and how well you shoot it, if it doesn't fit my little hand, it doesn't matter. So try that out, test them, rent them at the gun range if you can, or borrow your buddy's gun like we do, and you get to kind of find what you like.
Yeah.
And if you find one you love to shoot, that's your gun.
Shoot the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, shoot that one a lot because the more you like to shoot the gun, the more training you'll do.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. And don't worry about what other people say.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you're saying. Stock Canic and he's smoking everybody.
Yep.
Hey, he obviously loves that gun.
Say what you will.
Yeah. So yeah, you can make fun of him for it, but if he's smoking you on the range,
There's no making fun of him.
That's it.
all right, well, I think that's it.
Pleasure.
Well, guys, thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, comment, ask us questions. Tell us what we did wrong, like maybe not wearing Pro the first part.
Yeah.
But yeah, connect with us. We look forward to seeing you next time, and we'll see you out there on the range.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Tactical Weapon Combat Ready.
Sorry. Now I'm taking your channel. How do you like that?
All right.
Make ready, competitive shooter's journey.
And then we have Hunter
Just
with
a
us.
dude with a gun. You're all right.
All right. All right, see you later.
That's a good channel.